You okay there, Crystal?
Yeah.
All right. Hello and welcome to Deep Cuts the Game, the movie trivia podcast where I give my three contestants three different movies, and they try to come up with the most random, obscure, or minor actors from those films. The deeper the cut, the more points they get. I'm your host, Jeff Penn, and with me as always, my co-host, a man who... Sorry, let me rephrase that. A small man who once ate 3 whole cookies, Alex Young. Hello, Alex. How's that?
2 things. 1, I like this NPR voice you picked today.
Thank you.
That was sarcastic. 2nd, I also appreciate that you wrote down this insult. I saw you look down at a note and just nail it.
You're not allowed to reference things that the listener can't see, Alex.
No, that's why I am. So they are aware.
Yeah, you've kind of been rough on me for when I've been flubbing my insults the last couple weeks. So I wanted to make sure I got this one.
You stuck the landing, Jeff. Great work.
What's going on with you, buddy?
Not much. This is our Thanksgiving episode, right? Canadian Thanksgiving?
Canadian Thanksgiving for our 4 American listeners.
Great.
Yeah. We celebrate Thanksgiving at a different time for some reason.
Oh, because I guess like our colonization and atrocities happened sooner, later, depending on how it went. Badly. Regardless, it's a crazy thing that we celebrate. But I know last week you and I very briefly touched on Thanksgiving movies, which aren't a thing. That's not really a thing. But I was thinking, because there's like a 6-week difference between our Thanksgiving and American Thanksgiving, most of the movies are set in like late November. Mm-hmm. Like any of your Thanksgiving flicks, like you referenced Plane, Trains, and Automobiles, it's so different from like, ours is very soon, and it's like a nice, like the holidays are nice. It's, the leaves are changing, that kind of thing. So I did some research. I'm like, what are other Thanksgiving movies? Okay. Random things came up. One of your favorites, You've Got Mail.
Yeah, I kept seeing that on lists too. And Alex, you say that's one of my favorite movies. I've never seen it.
Don't you love that movie?
No, I appreciate Sleepless in Seattle.
They're the same movie.
They probably are.
3 years. I assume I've seen neither. They're the same movie with different titles.
Okay.
And the other one was Prisoners.
Huh.
Because
they are having Thanksgiving. It is Thanksgiving in that movie when the kid is kidnapped. It is Thanksgiving.
How festive.
They're going over to the other family's house for Thanksgiving. And yeah, it's a horrible, horrible time for them. That's a good one. I don't think I'll crack that one out this weekend.
I haven't watched it since TIFF in like 2013. But I feel like, I loved it theatrically. I feel like that movie holds up really, really well.
Oh, I
feel like it's on par with like Zodiac.
Yeah, I watched it in the past year, and it's still a great movie. And maybe one day it'll show up on Deep Cuts, Alex. You never know.
Is it that deep? Don't answer that. But is it that deep?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But it could show up in flash frames. It would be a good flash frames movie.
And the other one, because I watched it not long ago, was Thanksgiving, the Eli Roth movie.
The horror movie.
Which is much more of a Halloween movie. And it's super mean. I watched it last year, and it feels very cruel. A lot of people get killed in that like didn't really deserve it. And it's like pretty rough deaths. I wouldn't recommend it. Although Patrick Dempsey is amazing in it. And the last one, which you and I watched, Black Friday. With, Bruce Campbell and Devin Sawa,
who we've been trying for like months now to get on the show.
If he's listening, come join us. Join us on this show.
Before we introduce our 2 other guests, Alex, I did want to take a moment for, I guess every show has something like this, like their corrections corner. You told me, like we just aired an episode on Sunday where we talked about the movie Mars Attacks. And I mistakenly confused the actress Lisa Marie with the famous daughter / wife / mother, Lisa Marie Presley.
That's
because their names are very similar. Lisa and Marie. So I would just like to take a moment to say, I'm so sorry I made a mistake. Also, listeners, you don't have to just tell Alex. I know both of you. So if I made a mistake, please let me know. You can reach out to me. I don't need to hear it secondhand from Alex. But thank you for pointing that out. Like I said, I get paid nothing for this, so I do that much work on my research.
My favorite part of this correction was you specifying the names that were similar. Lisa and Marie. Thanks, buddy.
Well, Alex, let's get into the show. We have 2 guests with us tonight. Our first one is a returning player. She was actually with us just a couple weeks ago. So I kind of felt I wanted to bring her back, not for redemption. I think she's got a better feel for the game now. and I think she's going to be stronger. We'd like to welcome Crystal Overland to the show. Hello, Crystal Overland. Welcome back to the show, Crystal.
Thank you for having me.
Taking another chance on you, eh?
Yeah. I'm ready for my redemption arc.
And we are recording this on a Monday night after 8 p.m., which I don't think I've ever seen you after 8 on a school night. That's crazy.
Yeah. So if I lose, it's because I'm tired.
Mm-hmm. And it was the last time it was early in the morning, wasn't it? Didn't we do it at noon on a Sunday? So what's your sweet spot, Crystal?
I want to say 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m.
All right, next time.
Okay, good.
And so we have a new player also joining us today, Alex, a new friend of the show. He is, I'm going to say he's, we had a person on a few months ago, and I think they're straight up cousins. You may know him from Degrassi. You may know him from Liberty Street, and he's been a lot of other places. His name is Laurence Dean Ifill, and he was Bronco on Degrassi. So we're very excited to have him here with us tonight. To be trying out the game for the first time. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here.
So, okay, this is only for me and for you. Nobody else is going to care about this, but I care about it. So Lennox, is he straight up your cousin? Because I've met a lot of Lennox's cousins throughout the years, and some of them aren't cousins, but some are cousins.
Yeah, Lennox is my first cousin.
Okay, so who is Leon in that whole scene? Is Leon a brother or a cousin?
Leon is also my cousin, but he's Lennox's younger brother.
Okay, and now this might appeal to the other people here. Do you know Froggy? The fact that you're laughing means you do know Froggy. Okay,
I know Froggy.
Okay, so
Froggy is my cousin, but Froggy is not on his birth certificate.
Okay. I won't ask what his real name is. It doesn't matter. But I went to college with Lennox, and you always knew it was going to be a good night when we'd be going out. He'd be like, "Oh, Froggy might come out too," and you'd be like, "Well, things are going to get crazy because Froggy's coming out."
Yeah.
So yes, that's just a little recap for me, so I can get Lennox's family tree in order. We have a very exciting game for us tonight. So I didn't tell you about this part when we started, Laurence Dean. We do a little thing to decide who's going to go first, second, and third.
Okay.
I think of a movie just off the top of my head, and the three of you try to guess what movie I'm thinking of. The person who is the closest gets to decide whether they'd like to go first, second, or third. Since you're the newest person to the show here, I'm going to let you decide or choose which movie you think I'm thinking of. And I'll give you guys a hint.
Yeah.
It's a fall movie. Maybe even Thanksgiving.
I am... I was listening to that conversation in the beginning, and all that I keep on thinking of is Christmas movies. Right? You know? But The Best Man Holiday.
Okay.
It's a good guess.
Yeah. Crystal, what do you got?
Well, I did think of a movie, and now you just threw
you off by saying it was a Thanksgiving/fall movie?
Yeah, because I don't know what time of year. I'm just going to go for it because I don't know any other.
I mean, it doesn't have to be. You could still be the closest by something else. So.
Okay, I'm going to go with one of my fave oldies from old Nick, The Rock.
The Rock.
Oh, that old Nick. I'm like,
that
who is old Nick?
Oh, we're on a first name basis.
Does he know Froggy?
Yeah. No, he knows me quite well. He might.
Froggy knows a lot of people. So
yeah, he does.
Alex, what is your pick for what movie am I thinking of?
Only because we mentioned it last week. Is The Big Chill?
It's not, but it's funny because you did mention this movie 5 minutes ago that I've got in my hand right now. Wow. It is Rudy. It's a very sweater weather movie to me. A lot of Notre Dame jackets. It's very fall centric. So nobody had anything with sports. I don't think Sean Astin is in any of these movies. No Vince Vaughn, no Jon Favreau.
Yeah, but Best Man Holiday is Christmas, and that's pretty close to that.
That is close.
And you know what? I always like siding with our newest players. So where would you like to pick, Laurence Dean? Would you want to go first, second, or third? And understanding it much like a sports draft, if you go first, second, third will get to go again, and then we'll go second, first, second, third, back and forth like a snake draft. So do you want 1, 2, or 3?
I think that especially after meeting Crystal, that I'd love to be like sandwiched somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, it's a smart call for new players. Alex, I'm gonna say The Big Chill is closer than The Rock.
I already know what you're gonna choose.
I am gonna pick third. I'm gonna pick third, but I haven't done third in a few weeks, and I've been winning.
Yeah, you've been doing well, Alex.
Yeah, so now let's see if that holds.
All right, so Crystal's in the number 1 spot, Laurence Dean in number 2, and Alex in number 3. Now you get to hear what the movies are. All 3 of these movies are from the 80s. So I'm doing myself and Laurence Dean a nice little service here because we are older than you two.
God bless
you. Jeff, you don't even play the game.
I know, but all right. And here's the exciting thing. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 people that appear in more than one of these movies.
Oh, wow.
If you guess this person, you get the points for all 3 movies. So first up, very sweater weather heavy movie from 1985, Goonies.
Oh,
you know I hate it, Jeff.
I do, Alex, and that's kind of the reason I picked it. From 1989, gonna throw you a little bit of a curveball here. Ghostbusters 2.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
And from 1988, Alex says this is a Christmas movie. I'm on the fence with it.
Christmas?
You say this is a Christmas movie.
Okay.
It is from 1988, Die Hard.
I knew it.
Oh, it's totally a Christmas movie. For sure it is.
It is.
Then so is It's a Wonderful Life, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, sure. But there's more Christmas in Die Hard than there is in It's a Wonderful Life.
Sure. Fine, Alex. If you say so.
I'm right.
So take a few minutes, write down any names that might pop to your head. And don't feel bad if you don't have anything right off the top. You can always write more as people say stuff. That sometimes kind of kickstarts your brain. And like I said, there are 3 actors or actresses that appear in more than one of these films. There is a person, and I'm sure at home when he's listening to this, our friend Craig Smeaton is like, he immediately knows who the person is because they're actually in 3 movies. So there is a person who appears in all 3 of these films.
Jeez.
Wow.
Oh,
All right, Crystal, we'll give you another few seconds.
many of them.
Yeah, this sucks. This one sucks, man.
This is kind of
And
hard.
I can't tell you how many. I've quite literally lost count of the number of times I've seen Die Hard.
Mm-hmm.
And unless they're the lead, I got nothing. My dad's gonna be so disappointed.
And I know our friends like Craig and Jagar, like if they listen to this, will be like, Alex. And they would just be listing so many people. But I did not want to give this movie to them because I almost felt like it would be too easy.
Well, you should have. Because not helping me.
All right, Crystal, we're going to put you on the clock. Come on. You got to have one at least written down right now.
I do, but I hate it. Not the actor. I love the actor, but I want to be better than this.
I want to make a joke about who she's about to say, but I'm really worried it's going to be exactly who I think she's thinking.
You're probably right.
Crystal, what's your number 1 deep cut? Is he a balding?
No, it's
balding,
not that bad.
a recently deceased actor? No? Okay.
Well, yeah. I am just gonna go for Die Hard.
Okay.
And Alan Rickman.
Okay. I mean,
could be worse.
It could have been 1 point worse.
Yeah.
So you're getting 2 points for Alan.
Yeah. Could have been Bruno.
Yeah.
Yes. Laurence Dean, you are on the clock. What is your first deep cut?
The one that was in all 3?
No. You can come up with anyone you want. You don't have to think of who that person was. You can pick someone, if you know someone great from Die Hard, someone from Ghostbusters 2 or Goonies, any one of those movies. Don't even try to focus on figuring out who the person that was in 3 or the other 2 people that are in 2 of those movies. Just the most obscure person you can think of from any of these films.
Homeboy's got like a crater face, man. Not in a bad way, but like he just has like
What movie are we thinking here? We maybe because, like you said,
I'm
you
thinking,
don't need to give us a
Die
name.
Hard. I'm
You
thinking Die
can
Hard.
give
I
us.
want to give you a name.
Okay. We'll also take. Oh, they were also in this, and this. So
I want to say, because he was a special agent with the FBI special agent, like with the brother who just kind of disappeared, like. But I want to say Robert Davi.
You're right, and guess what?
What?
He's also in Goonies.
See that?
That's one of I thought you were talking about Goonies. Oh, wow.
Robert Davi from Showgirls, Alex.
Yeah.
Robert Davi for Die Hard is Agent Johnson, Big Johnson, I think he's actually referred to. 10 points for that, and for Goonies, another 9 points. So 19 points for Robert Davi.
Wow.
So it's a solid start. That's very solid.
Incredible.
Not bad for an old guy.
Impressive as hell.
Alex, you get 2 deep cuts here. Your first and your second.
Prepare to be just floored by the. So my first one, because I'm pretty sure he's in 2, is the guy. I think he's in Die Hard, and I think he's in Ghostbusters 2. The shitty reporter. He's the shitty reporter. He's also in Ghostbusters 1. And he's definitely in Die Hard 2 on the airplane. He's always like the asshole in every 80s movie.
I know who you're talking about, and it's weird. I don't have him written down for Ghostbusters 2.
But he's definitely in Die Hard?
I mean...
I'm sure he has, like, he's got to be on TV in Die Hard.
Let me double check. Because
you can just give me 20 points for Die Hard. That's fine.
He's Alex. I believe he's only in the first Ghostbusters.
That's okay.
But I will give you credit for that because you said he was in Ghostbusters. So let me go to 1989. He does not reprise his role because I believe he was like the mayor's assistant.
Surprising.
The actor's name is William Atherton.
Yes.
For 6 points.
Right. Oof. Not great.
William Atherton.
William Atherton is the shitty reporter in Die Hard. I believe he comes back for Die Hard 2.
He is. Yeah, he's on the plane.
Because he's on the plane.
Oh yeah, he's the one who gets stunned with the taser gun.
Yeah, Bonnie Bedelia, and Alex, what is your second deep cut?
So this guy's definitely in Ghostbusters 2. He is like the ghost's right-hand man, or he works in the museum. I don't know his name, but he was in Ally McBeal, and he looks a lot like Teller.
Yeah, he kind of looks like a cross between Teller from Penn and Teller, and also like Bob Balaban a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
His name's Peter McNichol.
Yeah, him.
Wow.
Peter McNichol for 7 points.
Oh, you know what? Better than I thought.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Laurence Dean, we're back to you. You crushed it with your first deep cut of Robert Davi.
Okay.
What do you got for your second one?
It's Die Hard because I'm all over Die Hard.
Okay.
So, I believe that the cat played Urkel's dad, and he was the police sergeant. You know
Reginald
Reginald
Bell Johnson.
Yeah, man.
For 5 points as the cop that shot a kid. And
it's like one of the only 3 names I had written down.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Same.
It's so late.
Crystal, you get your second and your third deep cuts now that you've lost out on Reginald Val Johnson. What do you think?
I had Family Matters, dude, written down.
Family Matters. That's the name of the show. Family Matters.
No. Oh no. So very hard. And I'm gonna. Oh no, I have to have 2, don't I?
You do.
Yeah,
you need
sorry.
2 right now. We'll start with 1, and then maybe it'll cue your brain.
It's the second week in a row we've had a contestant disappointed that they have multiple guesses left.
Yeah. Yeah, they got to like 4, and they're like, "What do you mean? There's 2 more to go?" And I'm like, "That's how the game is. It's 6 rounds."
This is hard. Okay, I need to. I'm formulating one for Die Hard. I'm still thinking on it.
Okay.
So I'm going to. Oh god, this is so embarrassing. But for Goonies, I'm going to say Josh Brolin.
Son of a bitch, Crystal.
Josh Brolin, 2 points.
Oh, I'm killing the 2s.
I mean, you're avoiding the 1s, which is nice. So you have another one, though, Crystal.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, you just got to remember, who are the Ghostbusters? Like, yes, there's some are going to be worth 1, some are going to be worth 2, some are going to be worth 3, but they're definitely going to be worth, like, I'm just going to tell you, one of the Ghostbusters is worth 1, and then there's kind of everyone else. So if you can remember some of the Ghostbusters, you can get some
remember a Ghostbuster, and I don't remember his name.
Oh
But
boy,
bad start.
Also in The Crow.
Yes.
As a police officer.
Yeah, good one. Yeah, and The Crow's one of your favorite movies. That's Ernie Hudson for 5 points.
Wow,
good job.
That's solid. It's solid. It's right up there with Reginald Val Johnson. So that's a solid cut. Laurence Dean, back to you for your third deep cut.
I'm only allowed to give one.
You can give one right now, but you'll be back again in a couple picks after Alex. So I would go whatever you think is your biggest one. Hit me with it now. I doubt Alex has anything great up his sleeve by the look on his face, but
okay. Well, because see, there's this cat that he was in Die Hard, but he was also in Colors. You remember Colors?
I do, with Sean Penn and Robert Duvall.
Yeah.
I loved that movie when I was a kid. I'm just trying to think.
But I can't remember his name right now.
Wait, hold on. Okay, don't say anything.
And it's because he's a brother why I want to be able to say his name.
Yeah, and I think I know who you mean.
So I'm gonna put that one on pause, and hopefully I'm not giving clues to Alex and Crystal.
No, you're good.
I don't think either one of them have seen Colors. And I'm gonna tell you,
I can tell you exactly
right. You're exactly right. So if you want to hold on to it, you can.
I'm gonna hold on to that.
Okay, because you've got it in your back pocket.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your deep cut then?
Ghostbusters 2, Bobby Brown.
Oh, I was gonna say that. I was like, if anyone's gonna come up with Bobby Brown, it would be you. I think he's like the mayor's doorman or something like that.
He's the limo driver.
That's right, Bobby Brown.
I think. I could be wrong.
Bobby Brown for 16 points.
Oh no, the mayor's doorman. You're right.
Yeah, he's the mayor's doorman. Yeah. There is a limo driver in one of these other movies that is, not as famous as Bobby Brown is.
No.
But when I went through the list, I did not know Bobby Brown had acted in anything at all. So to see that he had been in Ghostbusters 2, I was very surprised. So 16 points for Bobby Brown.
What?
I mean,
wow.
It's a tiny role.
That's fair. Yeah.
It's a small role and I think everyone here is kind of like completely unaware that he was in that movie.
It's my prerogative.
Alex, you get your third and your fourth deep cuts.
I don't want it. Can I? Okay, so if I don't know the person's name, but I can do a really good impression of them, does that count for anything?
I feel like
I don't know. Is it an impersonation from that movie
from that movie?
No, I don't think that counts at all.
And I can tell you that she is also in the 2016 Ghostbusters as a different character, just because everybody had cameos in it. And I want to say her name's Patty something, but she's like the Ghostbusters. She's the receptionist.
You not know who this person is, man.
I remember her name.
Come on,
man. It's
you don't know anything else she's in though.
Other than 2016 Ghostbusters and those others Ghostbusters.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to you because she's not worth a ton of points. She's also Young Sheldon's Mima in Young Sheldon.
Man, I'm not you. I haven't watched that show.
Annie Potts.
Annie Potts, that's her name.
Annie Potts. She was in Pretty in Pink, for Christ's sake, man. Like,
sure.
All right, so here's a breakdown. We're at the halfway point. Alex has 11 plus 6, 17 points. Laurence Dean has 40, a whopping 40 points. Crystal.
Well, all right.
9 points.
Ouchies.
9 points. All right, Alex, you're back into it with your fourth deep cut.
So we're gonna go by each Ghostbuster is going to be worth more points than the last one. So Rick Moranis?
Rick Moranis is worth the same as Ernie Hudson. He is worth 5 points.
That seems fair.
Because he's not really a Ghostbuster.
Yeah, no, he kind of gets included and they go to like that children's birthday party or something.
So 5 points for Rick Moranis. All right, Laurence Dean.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. That really famous guy's in that movie.
That movie.
You've got your fourth deep cut. I know you were working on something there, trying to figure out a guy, but you've got something else ready to go.
I just want to give me a second so that I can, because I know he has he's got an L in his name, right?
Okay, so here's the thing. I'll ask you: do you remember who he was in Die Hard? as well? Like, do you remember his
In
character?
Die Hard, he was an FBI agent, but I
He's
can't
the
remember.
other. He's the other Agent Johnson. It's
Yeah,
Robert Davi.
Grand L. Bush.
Grand L. Bush was in Colors.
Yeah, man.
Yes, he is the other. He's a Little John. It's Big Johnson and Little Johnson or something like that. But they're both Agent Johnson with the FBI. He is worth 12 points, so slightly more than Robert Davi for that role. Very nice deep cut. Crystal, you've had a lot of time to think about it. You have your fourth and your fifth deep cuts. Have you thought of any more Ghostbusters?
This is her big comeback right now.
Okay.
And I don't remember his name. Classic. But he plays Seth Rogen's dad in Knocked Up.
It's weird that you could remember he's in Knocked Up.
I love that movie.
And like for 35 seconds, but you don't know his name. It's Harold Ramis.
Harold Ramis.
Harold Ramis. I believe he's also got a deleted scene in High Fidelity as John Cusack's dad, if I'm not mistaken.
What?
Yeah, it's like a deleted scene. Him and Beverly D'Angelo have deleted scenes in High Fidelity. Harold Ramis for 4 points, as I figured he was slightly more famous than the Rick Moranis. He was more of a Ghostbuster than the Rick Moranis character.
Yeah, easy gun. Come on.
So 4 points. Crystal, what's your fifth one?
So I hope I'm not dreaming this, but Data in the Goonies.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Is also Short Round Indiana Jones.
Yes. Were you were a little worried that you were going to be a little racist there?
No. I wish I knew his name because I actually love this guy and he's one of the most like joyful, sunny people. He just seems so sweet and I can't remember his name, so I just feel like that.
Ki Hae Kwan. And I agree
Kwan.
with everything Crystal's saying because his Instagram is the best. It's him at like every red carpet meeting all these celebrities and being so excited to meet them. And I love it so much.
So adorable. It's crazy.
And what? He was in Everything Everywhere All at Once.
All at once. Yeah.
So 5 points for that. 5 points. As he is Data in the Goonies. Yes. Okay, Laurence Dean, you are, I don't want to say you're running away with it, but you're kind of running away with it right now.
He is sprinting away with it, man. Like he is
already
long
gone.
Yeah.
It's a Jamaican in me.
Yeah. I will tell you, there are still 2 people that appear in more than one movie, including the person who is in all 3 movies.
But I told you the one.
You got me, Robert Davi. But there's another actor that is in. I'll tell you this: there's an actor who is in Die Hard, and is also in Ghostbusters 2. Yeah, and then there is a person who is in all 3 movies.
I think.
Don't get buried trying to figure out who it is.
Yeah,
but there are points on the board.
Okay, so I think like there's one cat that I know of, where he was in Ghostbusters. And he's also in Die Hard and in Ghostbusters because they used to recycle a lot of actors at that time for different roles. I think in Ghostbusters, I can't remember his name, but he played. He was Vigo, like he was the guy in the picture that became alive. Is that the guy?
His name's Wilhelm von Hamburg.
Totally.
Who is in Die Hard as one of the henchmen.
Yeah.
He used to be like a Polish like wrestler / boxer. Look this guy up. He's got like a crazy video on YouTube of him from like the 60s where he's on some talk show in like the Czech Republic or something like that, where he's gonna fight the interviewer. So yes, he's in Die Hard, and then he is Vigo from Ghostbusters 2. He's also in The Mouth of Madness, Alex.
You love that movie.
I do love that movie. So 15 points for Die Hard because he's just like a no-name goon, and 12 points for Ghostbusters 2 because who the heck would know who this guy is anyway? So that is 27 points for Wilhelm von Hamburg.
Will von Hamburg?
This has got to be like a record or something, right?
I mean, it's going to be close. It's definitely going to be close.
Wild.
It might be a record that we get trounced.
Yeah, it might be the biggest
margin.
Yeah, the biggest gap.
I just listened to a couple of. I mean, it's the 80s, man. It's back when like stuff was still on tape.
Yeah, you would watch it. There was only like Ghostbusters 2 was considered a kids movie, so you would watch it a dozen times because there was nothing else to watch. Alex, you have your fifth and then your final deep cut.
Oh boy. Well, here I come with a Bonnie Bedelia.
Bonnie Bedelia is the wife of the star in Die Hard for 4 points.
Great. McLean, and then what's she changed her last name to? She goes back to her maiden
Gennaro.
name?
She's Lucy Gennaro.
Holly Gennaro.
Holly Gennaro.
Yeah.
I think the daughter is Lucy.
Yes, because she's played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead in like Die Hard 5.
That's
or
right.
something.
Yeah, no points for that though.
No points for that. You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I don't know, fucking Rudy, Sean Astin.
Oh, come on, man.
You couldn't even gone further down in the Kids and the Goonies. You had to give me.
We're out of kids. We
No,
got
you're
Ki
not.
Hei Kwan, him, and Josh Brolin. That's all the kids, and then like extras. One's a lawyer now.
Right.
I got nothing.
So 1 point.
Perfect. And Crystal's mad about it.
She's like, oh, one of them is a lawyer. Yes, he is a lawyer. Laurence Dean, you have your deep cut, your final deep cut. This could be a record-breaking deep cut, depending on what you give us.
Honestly, you could even pass and still have just blown it out of the water.
Yeah.
See, I was never really that big of a Goonies fan. I'm trying to.
There's still some.
I mean, you can just stick with Die Hard or Ghostbusters.
Yeah, there's still some decent ones here.
I am expecting like I wasn't a big Goonies fan, and then just get a 20-point guess.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, what I also remember is that Bobby Brown is on the soundtrack for Ghostbusters.
No bonus points for that, though.
There's no bonus
No
points
bonus
for that.
points for that.
Well, you know what? I mean, outside of that, like Canadian to Canadian, man, like Rick Moranis. A lot of people forget about Rick.
Oh no,
Moranis.
so that was one of.
He already said that. Alex.
That was one of
said
my
Alex
bad
got
guesses,
Rick Moranis. Yeah. There is still.
And did we already say Dan Aykroyd?
Nobody said
We did
Dan
not.
Aykroyd. So Dan Aykroyd will count. Now he is the second most famous of the Ghostbusters, so he is worth
But the
just
Canadian.
2 points
Even
for Dan
though
Aykroyd.
he's Canadian?
There's no Canadian bonus, unfortunately, for this.
Okay. Okay.
Crystal, your final deep cut. Let's make it respectable.
She won't.
Can't. I can't. I can't. I'm gonna. Oh,
You got
no.
nothing? Okay, give me something.
No, I do have. I just like it's not deep.
Okay.
It's pretty shallow cut.
The star of
Yeah.
which movie is it?
The star of the concert I went to this summer.
Oh.
Yes, I went and saw Limp Bizkit.
Oh.
But opening for Limp
Oh.
Bizkit was Mr. Corey Feldman.
Right.
Did he really?
He
Yeah.
really did.
Amazing. Was it awesome?
It was something.
What a weird combo. Like,
Yeah, for real.
and okay, so I gotta ask, was Limp Bizkit the headliner?
Yes.
And then it was Corey Feldman and then Limp Bizkit? Or was there someone
Corey
in between?
Feldman. There was someone in between. I can't remember. I didn't know them. And then also
was the
like
opener's
Riff Raff was
opener?
there.
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
he was on at like 6 p.m.
Mm.
There was like about 100 people.
I
The
think my
crowd.
follow-up question though is, as embarrassing as that is, who were you there to see?
Oh, Limp Bizkit.
That's still super embarrassing.
No.
It's
No.
It is. It's I don't care if you did it for the Nookie.
I
It
did.
doesn't matter. I do enjoy their cover of Faith, though. I will say that.
Yeah, they played that too. It was really
Well, I
good.
mean, they only have 2 songs, Crystal. Of course they played
Oh,
it.
that is not true, Jeff. That's
Name a
not
third
true.
song, Crystal, that anyone other than you knows.
Break stuff.
Break
okay.
stuff.
That's true.
That's true. Okay. It's
Rolling.
only 3 songs. They've been around for.
Rolling. This guy knows.
And then what about that one they did with DMX?
Oh,
And then
deep
they did
cuts.
and then they did another one. They did another one with like Method Man.
Look
I
at
mean,
that.
these sound like more like I'd be interested in the DMX and Method Man portions of these songs than the Limp Bizkit version. Okay, so
Crystal, what venue were they at? Was it Budweiser?
Budweiser, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good time. That's a good summer show.
I was in the pit.
Were you?
was
I assumed
there.
you'd be on the lawns like always.
No, I went for it.
all right, so let's see who we missed before we give you the final tally here. The
I
chief.
can think of one other person, and I'll give Crystal my points for this one.
Sure.
Yeah, because it was a borderline smoking movie, Ghostbusters too. So Cheech was in there.
That's right. Cheech Moran was in it. Yeah, Cheech Marin, I think he's on the dock. Like he's a dock worker,
Yeah.
like when the ghosts are coming in on boats and stuff like that. And he's just like, what?
Yeah, man.
From Die Hard,
Good
the
call.
chief of police is Paul Gleason, who is he's not the principal, but is he the guidance counselor in the Breakfast Club? And he's like, I got you for 5 weeks or whatever. That guy, Paul Gleason. Hart Bachner is the guy that, hey, Booby, don't worry, we'll work this out. He's a Canadian guy. Doesn't really matter. His dad was Lloyd Bachner, who I know was in a bunch of episodes of The Littlest Hobo. So that's exciting for me.
Wow.
Let's
so
go.
Alex Goodenough, who is the main henchman to Alan Rickman, the blonde guy. He's from Witness with Harrison Ford as one of the Amish guys.
Of course.
Clarence Gillard Jr. is the tech guy working with the Die Hard bad guys. He's from Perry Mason. Matlock. He was one of Matlock's like assistants. And then Alex, I know no one would remember this guy's name, but Rick Dukeman. He is from The Burbs. He's Tom Hanks's friend in The Burbs.
Like his neighbor? Like
his
buddy?
neighbor. Yeah, it's not Bruce Dern. It's the other guy, the goofy guy.
Who like they investigate together and they're in all the quick zooms.
And in Die Hard, he is like working for like the electrical company. And he's like, yeah, I can get that hooked up in like 10 minutes. That's his only line in the movie. Ghostbusters. Of course, nobody said Bill Murray. You could have said Sigourney Weaver. Would have been worth a couple extra points. Jason Reitman makes an appearance in it because it's his dad directed. And guess what? So does Ivan Reitman. So
No, I had that down, but I thought his name was
also
wrong.
Catherine Reitman, the daughter, who's in It's Always Sunny. And is she in Working Moms, Alex?
Yeah, she's her own show. She created the show.
Yeah, well, she's worth 18 points and nobody said her, even though her dad directed it.
Wow.
Cheech Marin, Brian Doyle Murray, Bill's brother, Ben Stein, Philip Baker Hall, Kevin Dunn, Max Van Sydow is an uncredited doing the voice of Vigo.
What?
I don't know if it's true or not, but he's on IMDb. It's uncredited.
That's crazy.
Goonies. Jeff Cohen is Chunk, who then later on went to be a lawyer from the Goonies. Corey Feldman. You miss Carrie Green and Martha Plimpton as the two girls. Sloth is played by a former football player named John Matuzek. You miss Joey Pants from The Sopranos and The Matrix. As Yeah, he's Robert Davi's brother. They're the two bad guys. It's Robert Davi, Joey Pants, and then the old woman, Ann Ramsey from Throw Mama from the Train.
Wow.
Yes.
Richard Donner shows up in it as well, and as does in an uncredited role as she's on TV. And this is who I thought Crystal was going to get, performing her music video, Cyndi Lauper is in the movie. The person who is in all three movies, Alex, and I mentioned this woman a couple weeks ago, and you went, who the hell's that? Mary Ellen Trainor. She is Gail, the news reporter in Die Hard that William Atherton tells her to like, shut up, Gail. And he like walks out the room. In Ghostbusters, she's Jason Reitman's mom. And in The Goonies, she is Sean Astin's mom.
Wow.
Josh Brolin's mom. So she's in everything. Just keep Mary Ellen Trainor in your back pocket. I think I misspoke a couple weeks ago when I said she was a psychiatrist in Die Hard. She's a psychiatrist in Lethal Weapon. She's always the one trying to get Riggs to come in for some counseling.
This whole episode is just you correcting wrong things you've said.
I mean, Alex, that's my whole life, is just me correcting things I did wrong. The point tally, if we even need to bother.
I say, doesn't matter. Let's do it, but it doesn't matter.
Let's not forget about my gifted points.
The gifted points of 12 points of Cheech Marin. Let's see if that makes a difference, Crystal. Crystal, you were at 9 at the halfway point. You picked up an additional 12 based on your own picks, put you at 21. Let's put a little asterisk next year with a 12. That would put you at 33. Alex, you were at 17 at the halfway point, and you picked up 10, put you at 27. Oh. I don't know if it's fair to put Crystal ahead of Alex based on gifted points, though.
Doesn't matter. That's fine. There's only one winner, and it ain't us. So.
Lawrence Dean, you had 40 points at the halfway point, plus 39 plus 2, so that's 41. So 81 points. So not quite a record, but a very good point total.
Wow.
I'll
what's
give
the
my
record?
Sean Astin 1 point to you. You can.
Oh,
all square. You can have it.
Thank you.
Crystal, thank you for coming back. What do you got going on? I know you're doing stuff, right?
I do stuff. Sometimes things.
All right, cool.
Wow.
Stuff and
What a full life you lead.
Crystal, where can people find you and find the stuff and things that you are doing?
Well, in terms of my moonlighting gig, which is cosmetic tattooing, mainly microblading brows, you can find me at Supernatural Tattooing on Instagram, and I will be taking clients again, hopefully sometime this winter.
Perfect.
Will you make sure and send that to me? Because I want to follow the tattoo account.
Yes.
Please.
Laurence Dean, what's going on with you, my friend?
I live in the NDA world, my friend. I do voice gigs, and before I go in, I have to sign an NDA, and then I'm not allowed to talk about them.
Oh,
until they
really?
end up showing up
Man.
on television. Yeah.
So, that sucks.
I mean, I can tell you that. Yeah, it does. But I mean, I can tell you that I was on like the first 2 seasons of Halo.
Oh, were
that's
you?
cool.
Like doing voice work because
Nice.
I think both seasons have come out. But
yeah, I think it has. I think the second season dropped.
But outside of that, yeah, it's the NDA where I live. When you're a voice actor, you live in the NDA world, man.
Oh, really?
Like,
I did not know that. That's tough. But I mean, I guess as long as you keep getting gigs based on it, it's okay. It's just kind of, it would be tough if you can't say, well, here's things I've done, but I can't talk about them.
Here's things that I've done, but I can't talk about what I'm doing now.
Huh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Halo.
Halo was awesome.
It was the best looking show on television, without a doubt. I can't believe how good a job Paramount did with that show. It looked spectacular.
Yeah, they actually worked very intently on that for a couple of years, and from what I understand, it was a co-pro between the U.S., Canada, and the U.K. Specifically Ontario when it came to Canada, though. Right?
That's awesome. Yeah, I enjoyed that show a lot. That was a lot of fun. I really liked it.
So
if people want to connect with you, Laurence Dean, where can they find you? Twitter, Instagram, anything like that? Anything you want to let people know, or you want to stay secret in the NDA world?
No. People can follow me on Instagram at Laurence Dean Ifill.
All right, perfect. Well, I want to thank you very much for coming on the show. Alex, do you have anything you want to talk about?
I do. We still have a friend who's got a show coming up.
That's right.
Called Sheer Blind Velocity.
That's right.
It's a one-man show that'll be at the Factory Theater on October 26th. It's a Saturday at 9 p.m. Tickets are available. Following that, he's launching his autobiography. So that's exciting too. Check that out if you're in the Toronto area. Other than that, end of list.
All right. Well, perfect. Thanks for keeping it short and sweet.
So I do.
Alex, do you have an outro for me? And do I have to do a stupid voice with it tonight?
Girl, you know you do.
Ugh.
So I sent it. It'll take a second because it's long.
All right.
Your direction in advance is like Dickensian?
Wait, what is that?
Like, if you can choose if you want to do like PBS, like high-end British, or if you want to do like orphan shitty Cockney British, but like, dealer's choice. I think it would really sell this outro.
You're such a dick. Can you not just give me one that's like your 48-year-old white dude from Canada? Like, no, it's always got to be
I did that for like 21 episodes and you complained about it.
Oh my gosh, and it's so long. All right.
I need to mute myself for this.
Yeah.
Crystal, do not, because that's the best part.
All right.
Okay.
It was the best of times. It was the podcast of times. Thank you, Crystal and Laurence Dean. Let us extend our heartfelt felicitations to the illustrious victors of this week's grand contest, Laurence Dean. In the spirit of camaraderie, see, I can't do big words when I'm doing an accent, Alex. I must also express profound gratitude to my esteemed co-host, Alex Young, whose unwavering support and jovial presence have illuminated this endeavor like a beacon amid the foggy realms of our bustling lives. And so, my friends, we conclude our journey through this labyrinth of life filled with twists and turns, laughter and tears. May the lessons we have learned illuminate our path forward, and may the echoes of our shared experiences linger long in our hearts until we meet again. Fare thee well. See you all next week.
You nailed it. Great job.
Wow.
Fuck you.
That was beautiful.
Illuminating.
Great.